ID Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'm gonna let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm gonna give some shots out to the early birds, starting with the kid. Texas in the house. What it do? Jesus Christ is coming soon. Almost a little too soon for Donald Trump. That boy almost took that boy head. What up, Robin L? Bubble Reach, Virginia. Chevy Attic LLC. What's up, Montgomery, Alabama? Gemini 615, is that LM? B. Smith. Creamy Empress, Memphis. Creamy Empress from Memphis. Sean Alston. What up, OG? James Samuels, Dayton, Ohio. Cindy Z, Atlanta. Michael Lodge, Birmingham, Alabama. Raymond Fisher, what up, bro? What up? All right, fam, going in. Let me put up a pic of my subject here. Who we got here? Who is this guy? This is the guy who allegedly got shot in the ear. I gotta say allegedly, fam, because I haven't seen the flesh wound yet. I got to see the flesh wound, man. I gotta see it. Man. There's too many wild theories floating around. From theories to conspiracies, I don't know what the hell to believe. But I do know where Trump is concerned, a lie is close by. Now, let me offer to the Trumpettes who will invariably find their way into the chat some advice. You may comment freely, but what you may not do is come on my platform and be disrespectful to me. It is my platform. It is my channel. It is my rules. If you don't like it, kick rocks barefooted at a concrete plant with alcohol on your feet. Now, I know every time y'all see Trump name in the title, some of y'all got some type of special alert on y'all phone that alerts you when people go live about Trump or something. Anything that pop up about Trump, y'all got some type of special alert on y'all phone. I didn't even know YouTube had a feature like that. But every single time without fail, if I mention Trump in the title, here y'all come, kissing that booty, kissing that old 70-some-year-old wrinkled booty. That's what y'all be doing. Some of y'all like to kiss it after you get off the golf course. You want to make sure you get a little salt. You like salt with your kisses. But anyway, fam, moving on. This guy right here has been identified as the shooter. This is the guy that they say came up with this incredible plan to knock off the former president of the United States, Donald Trump. Okay. This guy's 20 years old. By all accounts, he's an outcast, a guy that was bullied, although when I looked at some video of him at school that was provided to the media, I didn't see, he didn't appear to be getting bullied to me. It looked like his friends and stuff was just jonesing him. You know, they was cracking jokes and stuff and laughing or whatever, and he was laughing right along with them. So it didn't seem like bullying to me. And then I saw another video of him screaming and going on, scaring the hell out of people. He seemed like he was more fit to be the bully. But nevertheless, bullying is not a reason to shoot the president of the United States or the former president. That is no reason to take a gun and say, I'm finna go assassinate somebody because I was bullied. Billions of people before him have been bullied, especially in school. You getting bullied in school is not a unique experience. You got to do what everybody else do. Grow up, fight back, get over it. You're either going to fight back or you're going to accept it. Or hopefully you just try to grow out of it. Distance yourself, move around, get your parents to enroll you into a different school, stay home a couple of days and try to weather the storm, give somebody $10 to fight your battles, something. You got to do what everybody else do. Bullying is part of the growing up experience. Now, I'm not saying that it should be acceptable. I'm just saying that it's part of the experience. Some of us have been bullied, not at school, but by our own kinfolk. Some of us get bullied by our brothers and sisters, our siblings. Sometimes we go to our cousin's house and we get bullied. And then they tell you, you better not tell nobody, I beat you up. And what do? You don't tell nobody. Sometimes you get bullied by your parents, and that's the worst. To be bullied by your own parents, that is the absolute worst. But it happens. And we figure it out. We don't take guns and go start shooting people. So I'm not buying the narrative that because this guy was bullied, he took a gun and tried to take out a former president. Another narrative that I'm not buying is politicians talking this crap about how there is no place for political violence. There should be no place for political violence. The hell you mean political violence? There should just not be a place for violence, period. So everything, all the other type of violence is accepted. That's acceptable. But when it comes to the political violence, hey man, hey, you don't try to kill politicians. Now wait a minute, you're going too far. Y'all can kill each other. All you regular people out there, hey, we ain't got no problem with regular people getting killed. Even if you're innocent. Even if somebody invades your home and take you out in the middle of the night, we ain't got no problem with that. That's just part of, how things go. That's just the way things are. But if you're a politician, you're special. We have special provisions for you. You're special. You're not a regular citizen. You're a special citizen. So we can't allow people to take arms and take up arms and become violent towards you, no matter how much of a violent person you are. If you're a politician, you get extra consideration. Moving on. This guy tried to assassinate Trump, and that has put law enforcement under even more scrutiny. Because now we know the shooter was spotted on the roof for a long time before firing. Family, according to multiple outlets, during Thursday's briefing with U.S. senators, the Secret Service revealed they spotted the shooter, Thomas Matthew Crooks, on the roof preparing to shoot Donald Trump. Get this, family, 20 minutes before he fired the first bullet. Imagine that. The Secret Service, the top law enforcement agency in the world, the people who are entrusted with protecting the president of the United States, former presidents of the United States, and dignitaries around the world, saw an imminent threat to a former president. They wasn't off duty. They were on duty. They were on top of roofs. They were on the ground. They were alerted, and they saw a potential shooter. Not potential, hell, they saw him with the gun in position. For 20 minutes, they saw him on the roof, family. And they did nothing. They watched him. Now, you know, in a situation where the Secret Service has to get on top of roofs and stuff, the Secret Service is going to be the only ones on top of roof. On that particular day, ain't nobody climbing no roofs nowhere within the next 2-3 miles from where this is going down. Ain't nobody getting on no roofs nowhere, especially in the immediate proximity of a rally, a campaign rally. That ain't happening. You on top of the roof. Hey, what you do? I'll work here. Man, you don't get your ass off this roof. Get down. I don't care what you do. Get down. You don't get access to this roof at this moment. Get off. I don't care where you go, but you're going to get up. They'll throw your ass off the roof before they allow you to stay on the roof. And they got a shooter. They got a dude down there with the dude set up. They just watching? What do you think the conversation went like? Hey, guys. There's a guy on the roof with a gun, high-power rifle. Looks like an AR-15. So what do you want to do? What are you going to do about it? Seems harmless. He's a white guy. Seems harmless. He's harmless. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong. I think everything's cool. Just keep an eye on him, you know. We'll be down here watching the crowd, you know, protecting Trump. Just keep an eye on him. Come on, family. Come on, man. The more I hear about this stuff, the more I'm going like, wait a minute. I personally think this guy was a patsy. I think he was a patsy. I think this guy is the person who was easily taken advantage of. This is the guy with that mischievous sparkle in his eyes. Somebody saw there was an outcast and said, hey, guys, hey, guy, You want to be involved in this presidential exercise? Donald Trump is coming to town, and we're going to need you. We need somebody who's really a strong supporter to help us out. What do you say, guy? Unless you're on the inside, it's hard to know exactly what was said. But I do not believe that this guy worked alone. I do not believe he was a lone wolf. I don't believe that. The guy was on the roof for 20 minutes, family. 20 minutes at a presidential campaign rally, on top of the roof in striking distance. And the FBI, the CIA, not the FBI, but the Secret Service saw him. They spotted him. They knew he was there. And they watched him for 20 minutes. And they waited until he squeezed off 5 shots. At least 5 shots. They waited for him to squeeze off at least 5 shots before they returned fire. Sounds like to me, somebody was waiting on him to get the job done. And when they saw that it wasn't done, well, let me go ahead and finish this thing. Because according to reports, there was several seconds, like I think they said like 20, was it 28 or 38 or something like that, around that number. Somewhere between 25 to 35 seconds from the first shot that he fired until they took him out. Come on, family. Y'all know, man, Secret Service don't miss. Those snipers do not miss. They are the best in the world. They don't miss. So if they was waiting on him to fire off, the first time he fired, that would have been his last time. But why are they waiting in the first place? Soon as they saw it, and they knew that they didn't have a man on that roof, they should have been firing him up. Don't make any sense to me. Maybe, I don't know, fam. Maybe I'm slow. I don't know. The official timeline, according to ABC News, this guy, Thomas Crooks, came to the Secret Service's attention as a person of interest at 5:10 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, more than an hour before the shooting. Did you hear what I said? I'm going to say it one more time for those in the back. The official timeline, according to ABC News, Thomas Matthew Crooks, first came to the Secret Service's attention as a person of interest at 5:10 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, more than an hour before the shooting. At 5:30 p.m. Eastern, law enforcement spotted him with a rangefinder camera, a device that measures the distance between itself and its subject. A red flag for law enforcement. A red flag for law enforcement. Still, Thomas made his way to the rooftop. He still made his way to the rooftop, where Secret Service saw him at 5:52 p.m. Eastern, 10 minutes before Donald Trump took the stage and 20 minutes before he fired the first shot. Come on, family. He became a person of interest over an hour before the shooting took place. At 5:30 p.m., law enforcement spotted him with the rangefinder camera, a device that measures the distance between itself and its subject. A red flag for law enforcement. Still, he made his way to the rooftop, where Secret Service saw him at 5:52 p.m. Eastern, 10 minutes before Donald Trump took the stage and 20 minutes before he pulled the trigger. This adds fuel to the questions about law enforcement's security measures before the shooting, including what seemed like a molasses-like response to the gunman. A person holding a rifle was allowed 20 whole minutes to wait for the former president and line up his shot. A person, come on, family. A person holding a rifle was allowed 20 whole minutes to wait for the former president and line up his shot. He held a rifle for 20 entire minutes. "20 minutes. Family, I'm exhausted thinking about this. The dude held a rifle for 20 minutes. That's 1,200 seconds. You can sit down and watch a sitcom, an entire sitcom for 20 minutes. You can go to the store and come back in 20 minutes. You can write a love letter in 20 minutes. You can have a quickie in 20 minutes. A good, powerful quickie. I'm talking about a good one, a memorable one. "20 minutes, you can cook a healthy dinner. Make breakfast for 8. You can soak in the bathtub for 20 minutes. Get a real good, nice, clean bath. Family, I can record a video, edit it, and upload it to YouTube in less than 20 minutes. I can record a 10-minute video, edit it, and upload it to YouTube in less than 20 minutes. Did I mention that there were attendees pointing out that this guy was on the roof? It was pointing out Thomas Matthew Crooks to law enforcement. The people that was pointing him out couldn't even believe that he was up on the roof and that Secret Service wasn't even moving around. They wasn't even doing anything about it. They said that the Secret Service was really calm about it. We'll just keep an eye on him. Secret Service, I got the facts right here. Secret Service says it only took 26 seconds. They say only took 26 seconds from when Crooks started shooting to when he was dead. Okay, that might sound good for a school shooter. That might sound like some good stuff for a school shooter. But if you got a guy on top of a roof in clear view, and you've been watching him for 20 minutes, and you're at a rally, a political rally, you could be anywhere, hell, you could be at the zoo. You're on top of a roof and you watching the guy for 20 minutes, and he fires off, and it takes you 26 minutes, it takes you 26 seconds to kill him. You got a bird's eye view on him because you got a scope on him. You can see his fingers moving. But why wait? I got to take the shot. Now, from what I understand, that's protocol. They got to be told to take the shot. So why wasn't they told to take the shot? Some people are blaming this woman. Who is this? This is U.S. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheeto. She said in an exclusive interview with ABC News, the buck stops here. It stops with me. She said it was unacceptable, and it's something that shouldn't happen again. She didn't say it shouldn't happen again. She didn't say it won't happen again. She said it's something that shouldn't happen again. Shouldn't is not absolute. So we got one person dead as a result of the inaction of the Secret Service. One person dead, another person who was injured badly, and then you had Trump who got a mosquito bite on his ear. The incident, which left, as I said, one dead, marked the first time a current or former president has been wounded in an attempted assassination since Ronald Reagan in 1981. It's a lot of firsts for Trumps, a lot of firsts. And a lot of tying exclusive records. So the FBI director, well, not the FBI director, but the Secret Service director, Kimberly Cheeto, said, when she first learned of the shooting, she was shocked and concerned, both for Trump and for the Secret Service agents who responded to the incident. She said it was obviously a situation that as a Secret Service agent, no one ever wants to occur in their career. As the head of the agency, Kimberly Cheeto said, it's her responsibility to investigate what went wrong and make sure nothing like it can happen again. She said, the buck stops with me. I am the director of the Secret Service, and I need to make sure that we are performing a review and that we are giving resources to our personnel as necessary. I don't have all the details yet, but it was a very short period of time. Seeking the person out, finding them, identifying them, and eventually neutralizing them took place in a very short period of time. And it makes it very difficult. That was not a very short period of time. What is the Secret Service for if it's not to protect their dignitaries? What are they supposed to be doing? I would say that that's plenty of time. You know what? Maybe it's just me. Now, I just said that it took an entire. First of all, the dude became a person of interest over an hour before he squeezed the first shot. Over an hour before he bust the first shot, he was a person of interest. For 20 minutes at least, they report watching this guy on top of the roof before he busts the first shot. And here we have the Secret Service director saying that that was a very short period of time. It was a very short period of time. Let me tell you something, family. I'm not even part of the Secret Service. But give me the job for one day, and I would have downed dude in 5 seconds. Just give me the job for one day. I would have downed him in 5 seconds. Well, I wouldn't have done it for Trump. But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. Give me the job. You know, give me the job. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Yeah, I'm not buying it, fam. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. This sounds like an inside job to me. Don't know how deep that rabbit hole is, but it sounds like an inside job to me, and somebody didn't do what they were supposed to be. And it sounds like everybody was not in the loop. You see what I'm saying? Sound like everybody was not in the loop. Because if everybody was in the loop, lights out. Because they don't miss. Lights out. If everybody was in the loop, lights out. And they absolutely would not have went and gotten a 20-year-old dude who could not make his rifle team in high school. They say he tried out for the rifle team and he was a horrible shot. Come on, family. We're talking about the best of the best. This is U.S. Secret Service. This is the best of the best. They are the best of the best. They don't miss. I ain't buying it, family. I'm not buying it. I don't think that everybody was in on it because, like I say, he'd be gone. He would have been out of here if everybody was in on it. Unless dude ain't really get injured. Unless he didn't really get injured. I need to see that open wound. I don't want to see no bandage. Take it off. What Pimp C say? Take it off, bitch, bend over, let me see it. Take it off, bend over, let me see it, Trump. Let me see I need to see the open wound. I'm not going for it. I don't believe it. Let me see. Come before me, kneel before me, bend over, let me see it. And here's something else to think about. If it was real, if it was a real threat, which I don't think it was, but if it was a real threat, if they really, let's just say it was a real threat, and let's say they did miss, well, the threat is still open. That's an open threat. If it was really a real threat, the threat is still open. And I'm going to tell you something else, family. It is very difficult to stop a determined mind. A determined mind is one of the hardest things in the world to stop. When somebody is dead set on doing something, whatever it is, good, bad, or indifferent, it's done. If they're dead set on doing it and they have the capability to do it, it's done. If they're dead set on doing something and they have the capability to do it, it's done. Nobody can stop it. If it does stop, if they can stop that person, it is very, very rare. The stars have to be aligned in order for that person to not get it done. The stars have to be aligned. Going to the comments. Toby J, what up? Charlie Evans. Big Rage, Brujo. And y'all know Trump done some WWE stuff already before, right? So he ain't above doing something like that. He ain't above participating in something like that. Trump would do anything to regain power. He'll do anything to regain power. This is big for him because he knows that if he can become president, he's in the clear. He ain't got to spend no time in jail. He knows for a fact he won't spend any time in jail. And he knows that he'll be able to get all this stuff off his record. And he'll be able to do whatever he want to do if he can become president again. So he rolling the dice. He know he got millions of people behind him, rooting him on. So if he can become president, if you think he had the damn fool from 2016 to 2020, you just wait till he get back in when he's familiar with the White House and he didn't already put certain judges in place. You know, I think I don't know how he appointed over 100 or 200 judges, something like that, across the nation. So just imagine what he'll be able to do if he can get 4 more years out of the deal. If he can get at least 4 more years out of the deal, he might rewrite the whole Constitution. Take that whole 4 to 8 year thing off the table. You know what, man? Because they rewrite laws and stuff already. They changing laws that we thought that was set already. They just rewriting history all over, doing what they want to do. So just imagine. And I'm gonna tell you something too, fam. A lot of these Democrats in on it. Yeah, I know y'all don't want to hear that, but everything that has ever happened bad in this country, it happened on the Democrats or the Republicans' watch. When the Democrats were in power, the Republicans allowed it to happen. When the Republicans were in power, the Democrats allowed it to happen. It was on their watch. Everything that has happened bad to black folks, including slavery, the Tuskegee experiment, mass incarceration, crack, disseminating crack in the black neighborhoods, redlining, bombing, prestigious black neighborhoods, killing, raping, pillage, all that stuff. It happened under one or the other's watch. All of this hate that's going on in this country, the murders, the mayhem, the robberies, you can look at what's going on in some of the big cities. You say, like, let's say, for example, Houston, there's a lot of crime in Houston, right? And we got a Democratic mayor. But we got a Republican governor. And the governor got more power than the mayor. So you can point a finger at, you can call it, oh, it's a Democrat city, man. It's got all the crime and it's a Democratic city. But the Republican governor is the big brother who can come in and say, hey, y'all incompetent. Y'all can't get it done. Y'all not doing it the right way. So we finna come over. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna take over. And we're gonna run this thing the right way. Everything that's happened in this country, bad, good, bad, or indifferent, has happened on the Republicans or the Democrats' watch. Everything. Y'all want to talk about immigration? Well, didn't too much get done while Trump was in office, but he sold y'all on that wall. You got Governor Abbott sending immigrants to New York instead of sending them back home. Make that make sense. They playing in our faces, fam. They playing in our faces. We've pretty much been sold out by our politicians, family. We've been sold out. That's just all it is to it. Come down to that. We've pretty much been sold out. And, you know, once they're allowed, I mean, there's always been sellout politicians. But once they allowed the lobbyists to be able to get paid and play both sides of the fence, you know, play with the people who got the money, the corporations, then come over here and play with the politicians, it took away the secrecy. Now they can just do it right in our faces, and ain't nothing can be done about it because, hey, I didn't do it. He's a lobbyist, and the lobbyist can't go to jail because the people in Congress gave the lobbyists protection. It's cold, man. They got us. They got us good. So, yeah, the politicians, they don't lock up the lobbyists. That's like biting the hand that feeds you. They're not going to do that. So somebody said, so what's the answer? Well, we tried everything, but what hasn't, the answer is trying something that haven't been tried. That's the answer. And I can't even say that on YouTube. If you don't know, you ain't gonna never know. But trying something that ain't been tried, that's the answer. These people are not gonna give up power. Politicians, do nothing politicians sitting in office for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. A lot of us got congresswomen and men and state reps that ain't did nothing. We can't name one thing that person has done for our city to enrich our lives. We can't name one thing they've done. We can't name one thing they've done to enrich our state. We can't name one thing. Every year, every single politician run on being tough on crime. But every year, the crime rates continue to escalate. And every year, they law enforcement lobby for more money, more weapons, more equipment, more cops. Every year. If you Google any police department in the US, you won't find one, at least I haven't. I have never seen a law enforcement agency. I've never seen one police department in the United States with a 3-star, with better than a 3-star on Google. Not one. Now when we go and we look for food, a lot of us, we won't even go and buy the food unless they got a 4.5 or better star rating on Google. Or we won't even buy it. This is this is stuff that we don't even need. But these services that we use on a daily basis that can actually be the difference between life and death, we don't pay too much attention to that. And we because we think we can't do nothing about it, but we can do something about it, but we're not willing to actually combine our resources and our power and our might and just say, no, it ain't going like that no more. We finna shut it down. We're not gonna do that because they got everybody spooked. As soon as you get a movement going and it's really for the people, they try to figure out a way to lock that person up, lock the leaders up. They figure out a way to discredit them. If they can't discredit, if they're not successful in discrediting them, they lock them up. If they can't lock them up, they send them to the upper room. And then the rest of us, sit back and we don't do nothing because we just happy it didn't happen to us. It's sad that it happened to him, but damn, man, better him than me. Michael Dunn, what up? Nicole McPaul, what is that? Is that McPaul? The Charlies. Known Unknown. Larry P, what up? Lone Wolf. Yeah, that's McFall. Krista McQueen, what's up? Philip Reinhardt. James M. You know what, man? I'm going to go ahead and stop right there, man. We are in a messed up situation. Ooh-wee, man. Quick poll, fam. How many of y'all think that America will get better over the next, let's say next 10, 20 years? How many of y'all are confident that America is going to be a better place, a safer place to live in the next 10, 20 years? Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs down if you say, nah, man, it's going to get worse. Because you got a bunch of uncivilized mutts who are going to make it worse. Thumbs up if you say it's going to get worse. Thumbs down if you say, nah, man, it ain't going to get no worse than this. Can't get no worse than this. Capital down, Shelley down, Yvonne up, Silent Messenger down, John down, Julian down, Charlie's down, Use all down, up, Divine Order down. Was that Millette Marion down? Patricia Pearson? Patricia? I guess that's Patricia. Down. AG down. Carolyn down. Ignis up. Rick down. Lone Wolf down. Okay, fam, look like most of y'all are saying down, and I'm with you. I think it's down for the simple fact that leadership starts at the top. And our leadership in this country is corrupt, and it is bankrupt of morals and values. We're caught in a trap of identity politics. And anytime, it's Democrat, it's Republican, it's Democrat or Republican. This side does something bad. If a member of this side does something bad, the people on this side talks about how horrible this person is, and that's because they're a member of that party. And then if a member of this side does something bad, whether the member is a leader or a constituent, it's, must be a such and such, that's how they are, that party, that side. And then so you have that division going on. You got party affiliation division, you got racial division, you got sexual orientation division, you have age division, you have gender division, you have regional division, you have economic division, you have education, academic division. Like every kind of division you can think of, America have it in an abundance. We have it in abundance. Every type of division you can think of, we have it in abundance, and we tend to thrive on it. And look, fam, a lot of that division is coming from our leadership. It's coming from the top and it trickles down. Just like they can spread propaganda to make us think that it's safe to take the jab, they can actually spread good propaganda to make us think that it's a good idea if we look out for each other. They could do that. The media could actually do that. But they're not going to do it because they're not interested in that. They're not interested in it. So because our leadership starts at the top and our leadership is full of wicked people, wicked, wicked, wicked. Because our law enforcement is full of corrupt people. Because our court system is full of corrupt, wicked people. Because our educational system, I'm not even talking about the teachers. I'm talking about the Board of Education, wicked. I'm talking about the CDC. I'm talking about every major institution in America. Wicked people are at the top. They are basking in this chaos. And all of them are bullies, even in the medical field. The medical industry is full of bullies. You would be amazed. Don't get fooled by going inside of that room to visit your loved one and the nurse is acting nice, and the nurse might be nice. But that doctor she worked for might be a tyrant. The doctor she worked for might be nice, might be a good person. But that supervisor or manager who manages the hospital, they're gonna be wicked. If you find a good manager, even on your job, some of y'all, y'all got jobs, right? You got bosses and stuff. You ever notice how when you have a good job and you got a good boss, I'm talking about you got yourself a good manager, a good supervisor. I don't even like saying bosses, but you got a good manager or a good supervisor and everything's going good. You go to work back and forth, you just do your job. You ain't got nobody standing over you. You ain't got nobody micromanaging you. You can do your business, go home. Go back to your job, you like your job. Everything's going good. Then all of a sudden you come to work and that manager that helps to make everything go smoothly, that supervisor is no longer with you. They either move that supervisor to another department or they move them to an entire different office. That's if they don't quit. Because they're dealing with the executives. So they know what the real deal is. They might be able to shield that from you. But if you can work for a wicked corporation, and as long as you have a good manager or a supervisor, the person that you're checking in with, the person that you have to deal with on a daily basis, you might be able to do your job and be cool. But what happens? Inescapably, what happened is what they'll do is they'll send that good person to another department or another location, because that other department or other location has a moral issue. They got problems over there. People ain't happy. So they send that good person over there. They send their best to try to go over and clean up the other department or the other at the other location, the other office. They send them to go clean up things. While they're over there cleaning up things, they send the bad person to your department or to your new location. I mean, to your old location. They send them over there to you. Now you got the other department or the other office's bad supervisor or manager. And now they making your life a living hell. Meanwhile, the people over here with the new location or the new department, they're happy now. They're not going to quit. They already had several people quit already. But now, nobody else is quitting because now they finally got a good manager or a good supervisor. Then after a while, they get everything to return to normal. They get their numbers back up. They move that good person once again to put out another fire for them. They bring in somebody bad and everybody start leaving again. This is what they do in every single industry. It's rinse and repeat with bad people. Instead of them getting rid of the person and nipping it in the bud, they keep them around. For whatever reason. But I get it. Bad people like to have bad people around them so they can get away with the bad things that they do. Because the good people, it's two things about having good people and people with good energy around you. They're infectious. So somebody with a bad spirit see that everybody like this person. What's so special about them? They ain't done that. They want to get rid of them. Or they want to get rid of that person with the good spirit because that person stands on a higher ground. That person has a moral compass. That person has a good spirit. And they're not going to be okay with the wicked stuff that they do. So they got to get rid of them. They got to move them around. Have you ever noticed that teachers, the good teachers, seem to fight the hardest? They have to go through more stuff than the bad teachers. The bad teachers can come in, go do their job, come back out. The bad teachers will tell you straight up, "Oh, I'm getting paid as long as I'm getting a check. You ain't got. I don't care if you learn or not. I don't care if you get it or not." Ain't no good teacher gonna ever fix their mouth to say they don't care if you make the grade or not. They don't care if you graduate or not. No good teacher would ever speak those words. A good teacher got too much damn pride. A good teacher think they can save everybody. And even if they know deep down inside they can't save one, they're gonna try. But get a bad teacher, get one of them wicked teachers. They'll tell you in a heartbeat. I'm as long as I get paid, I don't care if you learn or not. You can act stupid. Yeah, you're gonna be dead. You're gonna be dead or in jail before you're 18. They say stuff like that. So the good teacher try to come up with programs and initiatives for the kids that the kids like, that the kids want to participate in. But they got to get approval from the principal. Or sometimes the principal got to get approval from, if the principal agree, they got to get approval from the superintendent. And what happens? Oh, we can't do that. They procrastinate, or they just flat out deny them. It's very difficult to find a good teacher at these schools that have long tenure. There are some, but it's very difficult to keep them around when they're working for uncivilized mutts. People with bad energy. It's a lot of them there at the top. I don't want to be at the top that bad. I don't want to be at the top while I'm treating people like trash. People working for me and people nah, man, I ain't doing that. I'll do something else. It's a million things you can do to make money out here. I'll do something else. My spirit ain't gonna allow me to treat a human being that way. But some people, that's all they got. They ain't got no control at home, but they go to work and they can boss people around. And they do it on a daily basis. And they really try to boss around the person that is not really aggressive, the person that ain't gonna be confrontational, the person that's sensitive, that'll take it the hardest. That's the one they go the hardest on. Bullies, uncivilized mutts. And that's our leadership in this country, fam. That's what we are with leadership. A bunch of uncivilized mutts and cowards. And cowards. Because a lot of them, they'll act tough. But when, and they'll have positions that we think are powerful positions. But if somebody like Trump call them and tell them to do something, they're going to do it. They're going to tuck their tail like Ted Cruz tuck his tail. Trump talked about that man's wife. Called his wife out, talked about his wife like a dog. And he turned around and endorsed Trump. You know why? Because that political power to him is more important than family. Ted Cruz will give his family up before he give up politics, before he give up a job in politics, before he give up that seat. He'll give his family up. What up, Toby J? LR333, what up? 333, Miss B. Steven Tenner. Lamont, what's up? Quanda Washington, what it do? Who is that? KV, what's up, KV? They got a dude that's running for president that's been convicted of 34 felonies. He got 34 felonies. But then they tell us if we want to have a good job, if we just want to work at the post office, we can't have no felonies. If we want to get a good job with the government, we can't have one felony. He got 34, and he running for president. Let a lot of his followers tell it. Oh, they've been talking bad. They'll talk real. They've been talking bad about people with convictions. Oh, they talk like, man, they talk about a person with a felony like a dog, like they subhuman. Now that it's him, they buying t-shirts that say, I'm voting for the felon. Make it make sense. You can't. That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining the live. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.